There is a hidden law of the mind that explains why the more we learn, the more confused we often feel. We live in a world where information is like a great ocean, and we are all trying to drink the entire thing at once. We think that by reading every news story and following every expert, we will finally find the truth. But the mystery of the mind is that true wisdom does not come from how much you know, but from how deeply you understand a few important things. A room full of books is just a pile of paper, unless you have the clarity to see the meaning within them. We are drowning in data, yet we are starving for wisdom. Let me tell you a story about a young woman named Sofia. She lived in a city of tall towers and bright lights, but her favorite place was the Great Archive. This was a massive library with walls so high you could not see the ceiling. It smelled of old paper, vanilla, and the quiet dust of centuries. Sofia was a brilliant student who spent every waking hour reading. She followed every famous teacher and listened to every podcast. However, if you asked Sofia a simple question about her own life, she would start to shake. She was deeply confused. One expert told her to wake up early, while another told her to sleep more. One book said to save every penny, while another said to spend money to grow. Sofia felt like a ship lost in a storm of loud voices, and the stress was making her brain feel heavy and tired. This struggle was not just about being busy. It was a life experiment that was failing. Sofia was suffering from what we call information overload. When we take in too much information without stopping to think, our brains cannot build deep connections. We become like a person who eats 100 meals in one day but never stops to digest the food. Sofia felt a constant pressure in her temple. She felt that if she missed even one new article, she would be left behind. This fear made her stay awake late into the night, scrolling and reading. Yet her life was not moving forward. She was a master of facts, but a servant to confusion. In the deepest corner of the library lived an old librarian named Master Alaric. He had seen thousands of people come and go, and he noticed Sofia's tired eyes. One afternoon, he took a heavy leather-bound book from a high shelf and placed it in front of her. Sofia was ready to start reading the whole thing, but Alaric stopped her hand. He gave her a specific and difficult task. He told her she must spend the entire day in the library, but she was only allowed to read one single page of that book. After reading it, she had to spend the rest of the hours sitting in silence, summarizing that one page and thinking about how it changed her view of the world. He told her she was forbidden from looking at her phone or any other book until the sun went down. At first, Sofia felt a wave of panic. She felt that she was wasting time. How could one page be enough when there were millions more to read? But as the hours passed, she began to really see the words. She noticed the small details and the deep meaning behind the sentences. She started to ask herself questions she had never asked before. Master Alaric came back as the moon rose and spoke to her in a voice that was as steady as a heartbeat. He told her that 1,000 books are a burden if they are not understood. But one single page is a map if it is truly lived. He explained that our minds are like a garden. If you throw 1,000 seeds on the ground at once, nothing will grow. But if you plant one seed and give it your full attention, it will grow into a great tree. Sophia had a sudden moment of clarity. She realized that she did not need more information. She needed more space to think. In our modern world of 2026, we are surrounded by a digital noise that never ends. We have artificial intelligence that can give us 1,000 answers in a second, but it cannot give us the wisdom to know which answer is right. We are consuming hours of content every day, but we are not creating anything of our own. To find your power in this fast-paced world, you must follow the input-output rule. For every hour you spend consuming information, you must spend at least 1 hour thinking, writing, or creating something from your own mind.
This is the only way to turn data into wisdom. Success today does not belong to the person who has the most facts. It belongs to the person who can think clearly in the middle of the noise. Bridge the gap between learning and living. Do not be afraid to turn off the experts and listen to the quiet voice of your own logic. When you read less but think more, you begin to see the world with your own eyes instead of the eyes of 1,000 strangers. Quality of thought is the greatest treasure you can possess. The world will always try to fill your head with noise, but wisdom is found in the silence of a single, well-understood truth.